Hello and welcome back to Strapping Edge LLC. My name is Sal, and what are we doing today? So we try to bring a whole bunch of different things that we do, not just hobby-wise, but also work-wise. And one of the things that I do is laser engraving. So today what we're going to do is I made a couple of cases for equipment that I have. I bought some lab mics from Amazon, and I bought a second screen from Amazon. And the second screen, Wi-Fi screen, what it does is it lets you use your back camera, but it mirrors onto a second screen, which is actually kind of a cool little device. So it's really good if you want to, you can't see what if you're self-filming or doing a selfie, I guess you could say, this little screen here shows you what the camera is looking at. So like, as a for instance, hey, welcome back to the Strapping Edge LLC. My name is Sal, and we like to just shoot some video on things that we do that are kind of fun and neat and different maybe than you would typically see. And what are we doing today? So today we're doing some engraving on some custom cases that I 3D printed. So the 3D print videos, we'll probably gather those up and put them online. But basically I made some cases for some gear that I use for filming on the channel, because a lot of the videos I film completely by myself. My wife, my daughter, they're not involved at all in the recording of it. So I do have wireless little mics that I use. None right now, but I also bought a second screen so that I can film. It's a recent acquisition, so I got it so that I can film on using the back camera of my phone, which I use to record the videos, an older phone that I have. But what's a second screen, you might ask? It's pretty cool. It connects really easy to an Android phone, and essentially what's on camera shows up on the little second screen. So boop, boop. And it goes pretty in real time. So you can see it's actually real. It's a pretty cool little device. Got it on the A to Z store. You know which one I'm talking about. Anyways, so I 3D printed a little case for it. It's about the size of the box that it came in anyhow. And you need some M3 screws so you can make it a snap closure box. Pretty cool. And then the box that the screen came in had some foam packing material inside of it, and the packing material was nice enough that I was like, oh, I'm gonna use it for the inside of the case. So the screen is nice and protected inside this case. But what we're going to do is laser engrave the top of it so that I know what's in here. I originally thought to stick a label on it from my brother, label maker, but this is more permanent and I think it's going to look cooler. So we'll show you what it ends up looking like. Results to follow, as I like to say. All right, so this is the design I went with just for the Wi-Fi second screen. The QR code is actually to my dot profile. So if you ever want to get a hold of me to laser engrave something for you, or 3D print something for you, or sharpen a knife, sharpen a razor, a straight razor, you can get a hold of me through there. That's got my information on it. And then of course my two logos, and they're inverted in color because when you're engraving on a dark surface such as black plastic, you want to invert it so that it looks right when it's done. Okay, so having said all of that, let's go ahead and frame this up and see what it looks like. And essentially what we're going to do is just frame this outside square so we know that we're hitting the area that we want. So we'll output that, and then we're going to do some framing down here. We click framing. And when it's done processing that, it's going to frame it here on the plastic. Oh, that's a little bit too big. Let's go ahead and move it up here a little bit. All I'm doing is positioning it in the computer just so that I can get it the square all the way around. You'll see now that the square is pretty close to being all the way around. So we're just going to grab this and pull it down a little skosh here. And once we're satisfied with the framing, that it's everywhere we want it to be and nowhere that we don't, then we're framed up. That looks pretty good to me. All right, I'm gonna set up the tripod for the camera and then pop the laser to run. Take about 20-30 seconds, I would think. That's my estimation, my guesstimate. And if it works out fine, then you'll see the laser plop the design down onto the plastic. All right, here we go. We're gonna go crazy this time. I'm not gonna pull down the safety frame or the safety cage around the laser. Since it's plastic, it's not going to refract any light, and I'm not going to put my eyesight in jeopardy of it, but I wanted to give you guys a clear indication that the laser is actually working on the plastic. So we're framed up, we're ready to go. We're going to go ahead and hit process. Hit start. We are started, and here we go. Okay, that was the first run with the blue light. This is going to be a second run, same designs, same everything else, but this is with the infrared light to give me the pop. right, it's done. There it is. Not bad, at least I know what it is now. And the QR code does work. So now I'm gonna do one for my lav mics and another case for another purpose. But basically I'm gonna do this process 3 more times today. Just a fun little thing that we're doing. We can do, again, we do laser engraving. We can do, you know, honing, sharpening, and I do, well, yes, but no. I also do some CNC work and other crafting, laser engraving on big items, tumblers, things like that. This is Sal with the Stropping Edge LLC. Hoping that you have a wonderful, great day. God bless, and we'll catch you on the next one.